with us from this service. Heartily welcome from me. Also, it's nice to be here again. So you heard already, this does not fit really to the motto FeG summer. In the summer times, I always wanted to make light services, like I always talked about a salad. And you have some topics and you can talk about this every week. But since some years, there are a lot of crises and there's no pause, no break in between. And even in the newspapers, there is no hole in the summer. They're all talking about the crisis in this world, even in summer. And therefore, I thought I took the topic fear, or more precisely, the overcome your fear, because this is something that also moves me. And we want to have a deeper look here. And I think you also think in the summertime there's time to think about one or other thing in more detail. I want to use one Bible verse. This is John 16. I have told you this so that through me you may have peace. In the world you will have trouble, but be courageous. I have overcome the world. So, overcome the world. I have drawn a picture here of the world. Our world is our planet. This is a specific frame with situations in life. And there's a lot of different topics in our life, many different situations. Some maybe see the water, they think about vacation. So we have a lot of different situations, each and every one of us. And it's not everything is nice. Jesus said, well, you are afraid in this world. This is the reality. As you heard in moderation, there's a lot of things you can be afraid of. But there are some things like in your job, in a friendship, the children, marriage. How will the future look? Or in society. I will leave many things out here. But also this helps us sometimes. If you have fear, you take responsibility, you take care, and only the stupid ones are not afraid. We have a look in our life. For example, we use airbags and we did to take care of some things. But if this goes too far, if you are in a spiral of fear and it's dragging you deeper and deeper and you lose all your joy in your life, get panic. And you are desperate. And in between there's our reality. And I will take you with me in the house of life. And we have a deeper look in this house. There are 3 levels, and first we go in the cellar. And the cellar of fear. This is, I use a book which was published in 1961. And I really like it and I use it in my studies. the basic forms of fears. This, the basic idea is that we can distribute the fear in 4 different basic forms of fear. And the first one is the loss of control. Some people, they really desire to be in control of everything. And for those, it's very important to have some money reserves. And inflation for them is much worse than COVID or the health and fitness. And how to bring up your children, and the helicopter mothers, that you're afraid that your children, something may happen to your children, and you have to control everything. And some are afraid of having too many options. It used to be earlier, it was easy because your job was, you will take the job that your parents had. So now it's very challenging to have so many options to choose from. And this produces a lot of overload. This is a class of fear. The second type is being afraid of the loss of love. For example, in friendships, I try to that everyone loves me and likes me. This is very challenging, and it has something to do with relationships. You want to never hurt anyone in any case. This is very important for friendship and marriage. And always the questions, how do others see me? Do others like me? Am I seen at all? And I have to be on every party. In German we say to dance on all wedding parties. And this is disturbing. And the third type is the fear of overload. There are some people who are afraid of this challenging. I have to protect myself, to set limits. Otherwise, I will be overloaded. They have a lot of high feeling of pressure. They always check their health. Is a burnout approaching? They have a feeling not to be free, that they are bound. They cannot choose. They are in a small kennel and they cannot choose, and they are afraid of the future. And they are afraid that life is too large for them. And the fourth type is criticism. This applies to many perfectionists. I could have done this better. Someone looked strange when I was doing the service. Sometimes there are traumata from your childhood. Someone told you, you will never make it, you are too stupid. And you're always afraid of failure. Or maybe you even made some mistakes and they're unforgivable. For those people, this is still something that is real, and they are always afraid of making some mistakes. This is the cellar of fear. I don't know where you are located, but these are the things that are related to all of us. And now we go up one level and we have a look what the gospel tells us to this. If you are a Christian, what does this mean for your fears? One way up, we are in the room, fear of losing control, and I only took one Bible verse, but it's much broader. And the Bible tells us in Matthew, heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. And it does not matter if everything shatters, if you lose control. And this is not my idea. The gospel tells you that the words will always stay the same, and the people of God will never be taken out of his hand. If you can really believe this, if you live this, then you have a different approach to these problems. And yes, sometimes you lose control, but it doesn't matter. Jesus has control. Doesn't matter. He is always with me and he is taking care of me. And I'm always on the safe side with him. Loss of love. Am I really loved? Others may love me because they do not know me. How am I am in real. There's a song, you stay with me, even if you know me. And this is from the Bible also. 1st of John. See what kind of love the Father has given us. We are called God's children, and that is what we are. And this shows us the love of God. Jesus knows you, and he loves you. And if you wait or look after the love of others, this will make you uncertain. The loss of love is countered by the knowledge that you know Jesus really loves you. The fear of overload. Jesus tells us, and remember, I am with you each and every day until the end of the age. Every day, each and every day. Really see this and understand this. You are never alone. Never alone in your job, in your challenge. Every time I can call on Jesus. I can ask for His Holy Spirit. And the fourth room of fear and the answer of the gospel is the fear of criticism. Paul says it doesn't matter what you think, you others think about me. It does not even matter how I think about myself. And I believe that Jesus tells me in the end, you did a good job. For my conscience is clear. In the end, only Jesus counts, how he sees you. And I have to make myself free if others see me differently. I can take this serious, what others tell me. Nevertheless, this is my way, and I make decisions because Jesus wants me to do so. We are afraid of humans, that humans may criticize us. All these humans are so unimportant, most of them. Most of the people you are really consider are unimportant in their opinion about you. The most important thing is Jesus. Let this drip into your heart. And you will see in the end only one thing counts, how Jesus sees you, and this makes you free. We are back to our picture. And what I told you until now, everything is true, but it's only half the truth. This verse, be courageous, I have overcome the world. This verse goes much deeper. In the New Testament, there are two different words for sorrow and fear. This is Imna, this is the feeling, and the other, the Krutz. And we are on the level of personal feeling, where Jesus tells us, your sorrow and your fear, there's no reason for it. It's only your view. Because you are living like there is no God. As if you do not believe and have no faith. This is a subjective level. Do not have sorrows. Father in heaven will provide you with everything. But in this verse there is a different word. The name of eclipses. The fear is a very weak word to translate it. It's kind of pressure. There's pressure in this world. In this world, the reality is you will be pressured. There is an objective level, and there is pressure and fear, reason for fear. There will be troubles in this world. And Jesus tells us before he went to the cross. But he says, be courageous because I have overcome the world. What has he overcome? The fear? No, not the fear. The pressure? The trouble? No, it's not written there. Some people think being a Christian, you get 50% rabat. Life is 50% easier, you have 50% more healthy. This is never written in the Bible. In the world, it's different. There's trouble for you in this world, but I've overcome the world. What does this mean? Jesus tells us something which we many times not really hear. Jesus has a different perspective from eternity, and only this creates freedom. Jesus opens the dimension of eternity in the future. This special room, this is the part of God, and this is eternity. Eternity is not something happening in the future. The other side is also coming into this reality. And you are the children of God's kingdom. And it takes place in this area. And it starts in our life and crosses the boundaries into eternity. In this world you are afraid, but I cracked the borders. I provided you that you can cross the borders. There's a new dimension of eternity. Jesus was victorious. It would be a better translation. And therefore, let's go even one more level up to the roof. Fear of loss of control. There's a different perspective if you know Jesus is victorious in this world. Some were listening last year to Revelation series, and we checked who has the power, and there was no one who had the power, but in the end one was there who was victorious to put forth the future of this world. We have a lot of loss of control in this world. In this world, everything will crash, the climate, the ecology, economy. And maybe we will not have an answer and no solution. That we are desperate. But we can be sure there will be a new world and a new heaven after this one. And with this perspective, I can live. Being afraid of the loss of love. There's a description of the marriage of the lamb and the bride. And Jesus brought his people into the new world out of love. That much God loved this world, that he brought Jesus into this world. And he has written bride. It's not the church. There could also be written church, but it's bride, and this means some kind of love. God's love finishes and comes to its goal. Loss of love, this can happen in this world, even that much that you have no power anymore. But Jesus tells us he crossed the border of this world, and in the end you will be with me. I want you to be with me, bride. Bride is each and every one of us. Overload.
Die Auferstehung Jesu ist der Sieg über den Tod. Paulus schreibt, wir kriegen einen neuen Leib. Wir haben Kraft statt Schwachheit. Ja, du bist überfordert.
This is the victory, and we have power instead of weakness.
Und irgendwann schaffst du es gar nicht mehr.
But in the end, in this world, you will have no power anymore, and you do not want to live anymore. But Jesus tells us he was victorious, and he broke this bounds. And death is not the last thing. Illness, it's not the last thing. There will be a new body and a new reality, and all the weakness will be gone. And the fear of criticism. Jesus was victorious over the devil when he died at the cross. This seems strange for us, but it was the victory over the devil, the person who critiques us, number one. But Jesus tells us, and the devil tells us, I know you, and I can tell you why you are a loser and why you cannot make anything. But Jesus tells us just before he dies that he stands with us. And all these things will provide us with a special area in this world. And you have to say, if you take this for you, that he died for you, that Jesus died for you, and then you are privileged. Until now, I just showed you the first part of this verse. Before that verse, there's written, I've said this to you that you will have peace. What is this good for? It's not that the fear will be gone in this world. I've done this that you will have peace. And that does not mean that you smile over everything. Peace means that you can open your eyes, you can see how bad this world is. But you know that you are with that Jesus was victorious. And he's with me everywhere I am. It provides you with peace, and it helps you understand. I try to show you this in the Revelation
Also wenn
series.
ich das Reich Gottes kenne,
If you
dann
know
verstehe ich
the
manches.
kingdom of
Und
God,
das muss
you
nicht geschehen.
understand
Ja,
some
ich
things.
begreife nicht. Wie kann Gott da schweigen?
You see
Warum
that
lässt er
some
diese
things
Dinge
will
zu?
have to happen,
Ich verstehe das.
and why
Ich bin
God
nicht
allows
gut in
these
diesem
things to
Bereich.
happen.
Ich verstehe das.
I don't
Ich
like it,
habe eine
but I understand
Perspektive.
it, and I have a
Und
perspective,
ich ertrage das.
and I
Ja,
will tolerate this.
neues Modewort, Resilienz.
Or this is a
Das
new
ist
word
nicht
for
da.
this resilience.
Am besten ist, wir brauchen keine Resilienz. Am besten ist, wir liegen in der Hängematte und
Best would be we
kommen.
don't need tolerance
Aber
and
das Leben ist
resilience,
anders. Wir brauchen das.
but
Und
we
wenn
need
ich
it in
diese
this life.
Perspektive habe, dann kann ich manches ertragen. Er
And
ist da.
if
Und
you have
selbst wenn
this
ich
perspective,
zugrunde gehe und sterbe, wartet auf mich immer noch dieser
you
Pfad
can
nach oben, die Ewigkeit.
accept many things.
Eigentlich wollte ich dieses T-Shirt anziehen, habe ich bestellt, war
I
aber nicht
I wanted
rechtzeitig da. I've read the final
to wear
chapter.
this.
God wins. Ich habe das
I ordered a
Schlusskapitel
T-shirt,
gelesen.
but it was not
Da steht
yet
drin,
delivered. So
God
in this
wins.
T-shirt there is written, I read the final chapter. God wins.
Glaubst du das? Würdest du es tragen, das T-Shirt?
Do you believe this? Would you wear this T-shirt?
Ich möchte abschließen mit
I want to
Gedanken
close with
von
some
Christoph
thoughts.
Zurich, ne? Trotz allem. Trotzdem hoffe ich,
Nevertheless,
dass
I
ich mich
hope
nicht verrückt machen lasse
that I will not
von den
become crazy
Bedenkenträgern, den Miesepetern, den
from all
Schwarzern, den
these
Verschwörungstheoretikern, den
strange people,
Weltuntergangspropheten
the
und
people who
was sie
tells me
nicht
the
so
world
tun.
will end and
Trotz allem hoffe
the
ich, dass ich
deniers in this
zuversichtlich
world.
bleiben kann und erwartungsvoll und fröhlich und offen und
I
risikofreudig
hope I
und
will
neugierig
stay
und
open,
gespannt auf das, was auf mich zukommt.
courageous, and
Gespannt auf
curious,
den, der auf ihn zukommt.
looking forward
Trotz allem hoffe ich, dass ich
to the one who
ihn
comes to
weiterhin
us.
ernster nehme.
And
Seine
I hope
Warnungen, Drohungen,
that I will
Hilfsbotschaften.
nevertheless
Ihn,
stay
den Blick
serious,
in die Zukunft geben.
take him
Und der sagt,
serious, the one who
wenn ihr
goes to
das
the
alles
future,
vor Augen habt,
who
diese
tells us,
Kriege, Katastrophen,
if you see all this,
dann
the
verliert
wars,
nicht eure Hoffnung in die Gegenwart.
catastrophes, do
Erhebt
not
eure
lose
Augen.
hope.
Auf ihn
Do
hoffen.
not lose hope, but raise your
Ich hoffe
heads.
auf ihn.
I hope on him, nevertheless.